All right, let's cut right through the noise. Today, we are building your definitive AI marketing roadmap for 2026. This is all about helping you stop guessing and start getting some serious results.
Look, if you feel like you're drowning in AI tools, trying to figure out what's just hype and what actually works, don't worry. You are absolutely in the right place.
So my promise to you is simple. By the end of this, you're going to go from feeling paralyzed by all the options to taking confident action. We're going to cover a super clear framework and some tool stacks you can literally just screenshot and use. Okay, let's get into it.
So here's the game plan. We'll kick things off with a framework to get your head straight. Then we'll walk through 6 key marketing use cases. After that, we'll cover how to pick the right tools. I'll give you 3 complete stacks you can just copy, and we'll wrap up with a real-world example that puts it all into practice.
Okay, before we even mention a single tool, we need a framework. This is probably the most important part. You have to stop chasing shiny new apps and start thinking strategically about the job you're actually trying to get done.
So everything we talk about today is going to fit into this simple 3-step model. First, what's the use case? Second, where does it fit in your workflow? And third, what tool type do you need? This approach forces you to pick tools based on the problem, not just on some cool new feature.
All right, let's put that framework to work. We're going to start with the first 3 use cases, which are really the foundation of all great marketing: strategy and content. First up, research and strategy. Your goal here is to dig up real, actionable insights. AI is a total game changer here because it can sift through mountains of data that no human ever could. Now, the best practice is to focus on asking good questions, not just collecting data. And a huge mistake I see is people getting lost in vanity metrics instead of finding insights that actually shape their strategy. So the types of tools you're looking for here are things like audience intelligence platforms and media monitoring tools. For example, SparkToro is just fantastic for figuring out exactly what your audience reads, watches, and listens to. And then a tool like SEMrush uses AI to give you this real-time feed of what your competitors are doing and what the market trends are.
Okay, next bucket, SEO. You know the goal, it's simple, get found. AI helps you go way beyond just single keywords to building real topical authority. The best practice? Use AI to find those juicy content gaps your competition has totally missed. The biggest mistake, though, is just letting AI write everything without a human editor. That's how you get generic, soulless content that, frankly, just doesn't rank.
Now, tools like Surfer SEO and MarketMuse are absolute beasts in this area. They basically analyze all the top-ranking pages for your target keyword and then give you a data-driven blueprint of exactly what to include in your article. It's like a cheat sheet for what Google wants to see. And of course, AI is totally transforming creative production. It's not just about being faster, it's about generating really high-quality copy, visuals, and video at a scale that was just impossible before. Best practice here. Use AI for brainstorming and for getting that first draft down, not for the final product. A common mistake is using lazy generic prompts, which, surprise, surprise, leads to generic, boring creative.
So in this category, a tool like Jasper is amazing at keeping a consistent brand voice across all of your writing. And then you have Midjourney and Runway, which are just the undisputed champs right now for creating these stunning custom visuals and video clips from just a simple text prompt. It's wild.
Okay, let's move on to the next 3 buckets. Now we're going to see how all this starts to connect. We're shifting focus to distribution, engagement, and really the operational backbone of all your marketing.
When it comes to ads, it is all about performance and ROI. Think of AI as this tireless testing lab that's always on, constantly optimizing your campaigns to make every dollar you spend more impactful. The best way to use it is to let AI handle all the creative variations and the budget allocation. The big mistake is to just set it and forget it. You still need a human strategist to guide the overall direction of the campaign.
And the potential here is just massive. According to some reports, Harley-Davidson used a tool called Albert.ai to automate their ad workflow. The result? A 2,930% increase in monthly leads. Yeah, you heard that right. That is not a typo. It just goes to show you the power of letting AI handle those micro-optimizations at a huge scale.
All right, for email and your CRM, the whole game is sending the right message to the right person at the right time. AI is what makes this possible to do at scale. A great practice is using its predictive analytics to spot customers who are at risk of leaving before they actually churn. The common mistake? Over-automating everything and losing that human touch. You don't want your brand to feel like a robot.
In this space, Klaviyo is just the dominant force for e-commerce. It uses AI to predict customer behavior with uncanny accuracy. And then for B2B companies, HubSpot offers this incredibly powerful all-in-one suite that pulls your CRM and your marketing automation together in one place.
Okay, finally, let's talk about the engine that connects everything. This is so much more than just linking two apps together. We're now seeing what are called agentic workflows. This is where you give an AI, powered by a large language model, a goal, and it just goes off and executes the tasks on its own. The best way to start is small, with one really well-defined workflow. The mistake is trying to automate a process that's already a mess. AI can't fix a broken workflow for you.
A real standout tool here is Gumloop. People describe it as if Zapier and ChatGPT had a baby. It lets you build these really complex workflows connecting AI models to all your apps, and you don't need to write any code. And then for more direct lead capture, something like ChatFuel is a super proven choice for building effective chatbots for your site or your social media.
So, with all these options flying at you, how do you actually choose? Well, it really just comes down to a few key things.
Before you commit to any tool, run it through this 5-point checklist. And don't just look at the flashy features. Ask the tough questions. Does it actually integrate with the tools I already use? Is the output reliable? How does it handle our data privacy? And maybe most important, is the return on investment super clear and easy to measure?
And you know, tied right into data privacy is ethics, which we absolutely cannot forget. A recent study in Frontiers in Communication really nailed it when they said you have to make sure your AI content doesn't violate copyright. Being transparent about how you use AI is just crucial for keeping that trust and protecting your brand.
Okay, now for the moment you've been waiting for, the copy this part. We've put together 3 sample tool stacks based on our 6 use cases, and they're designed for different teams and different budgets.
And here you go. We've mapped all 6 of our use cases to 3 different stacks. You can see the progression, right? You can start with free or low-cost tools, then level up to a professional stack as you grow, and eventually adopt those enterprise-grade solutions for bigger teams. This is definitely the one you want to screenshot.
All right, theory is great, but let's make this really concrete. I want to show you how these tools actually work together, hand in hand, in a real marketing campaign from start to finish.
You see how this all connects? It's one smooth, cohesive workflow. You start with research in Surfer SEO. That feeds into creation with Jasper and Midjourney. Then you distribute it automatically with Gumloop, nurture your audience with Klaviyo, and finally capture new leads with ChatFuel. Each tool hands the baton to the next. That right there is a complete AI-powered marketing motion.
So, to wrap it all up, here is your 6-point checklist. Use this to take a hard look at your current marketing efforts and find that one single biggest opportunity where you can implement AI and get an immediate impact. Ask yourself, where's my biggest gap?
I really hope this roadmap was helpful. Now, I have a question for you. Drop a comment below with your business type, whether you're B2B, e-commerce, a creator, whatever, and tell me your #1 marketing goal. I'll personally reply with a recommended tool stack just for you.